Welcome everyone to Banana Bread Trades. My name is Goose, and today we're going to recap the latest FOMC release that happened today, as well as kind of go over our trade plan going into tomorrow. And I'm going to start trying to do these a little bit more often. I have been posting these on Twitter. If you guys follow me on Twitter at BBTGoose, I've been posting my trade plans, trying to at least every day, and then also posting my trades as well, and kind of giving you guys a live rundown of what I'm doing when I'm doing it. Obviously today I did not trade. I talked about that also there on Twitter, but I'm also going to be trying to do these, at least upload these to YouTube as well, because I feel like, why not, right? So let's go ahead and hop right into this. Also, I want to apologize in advance. I've been deathly sick like the last 2 or 3 days. I've been struggling. My voice is shot. I can't breathe out of my nose. I haven't slept. And it's been tough. But we're going to knock this out anyway, because this is just what we love doing. And what we love watching is the markets. And today was FOMC. It was honestly an incredibly wild one too. It started off kind of slow, whereas the report itself didn't really give any new information. We kept rates the same, which everyone expected. Like, there was just nothing new in the report itself. Where all the action came from today was actually from Jerome Powell's speech itself. And it started off horrible. He came out and the first thing he said was, the last few data points have been pretty bad and we don't have a plan. He literally said that. And I was like, okay, well, that's horrible. We're going to sell hard. And I was getting ready for things to really start getting selly. But then he followed that up immediately with exuberant confidence that, yes, everything's been bad. They don't have a defined plan of what they're going to do with rates yet, but they are not going to raise rates any further, which is incredibly important because that is the first time he has said that really ever, of confirming that they're not going to raise rates outside of some cataclysmic economic event. So that led to this massive push up. Let's switch over here to the 15-minute chart. That led to this absolutely massive push up, right? Everyone was very bullish on that. That's great news. And he was just very confident that, inflation is under control. They're going to get to their target. They're not going to raise rates. It may take a little longer than expected. He was pretty straightforward that they're probably not going to cut rates like they anticipated in June. But we're still going to cut rates. We're not going to raise rates, but we're eventually going to be keeping rates either the same or cutting them, and basically all thoughts of a rate hike are out the door. However, when the meeting ended and he left the stage, we just sold right back to where we were before the meeting even started. We rejected this prior range that we've talked about on Twitter the last 3 days, and that we got a huge trade out of as well here at 51.50 to 51.24, right? This 2 or 3 day range that we've been in, we tested it, immediately rejected, and sold all the way back to the bottom, which leaves us that we're still on our original plan, that we reject 51.50, which was the major swing pivot. If you look at the swing profile, that was our major swing pivot that we were talking about all last week and all this week. So we're still technically on the bear side. And my plan personally is that now that we sold all the way back off, it's like the plan is still in play of, if we break yesterday's low, which is at around 50.37, I think. Yep, right at 50.37. If we break under yesterday's low and fail to reclaim, we can test it, but if we fail to reclaim it, then I'll be looking to short down to 49.80, which is right at this also, this low from April 18th, which is, in my opinion, a very pivotal point. I don't want to trade really past that. I might try to hold runners, but I'm looking for some real violence right there. So I'll probably be trailing really tight by the time we get there and most likely be stopped out of any runners in profit. But yeah, most everything's going to be off at 49.80. And then barring like a super flush through that, maybe we get some runners, but I think it's really unlikely that I am able to hold runners through the volatility that's going to ensue right around 49.80. However, there's one other thing that I could plan for as well, and that's if overnight we catch a little bit of a bid and float up to 50.81 overnight. And in that case, if we, let's say, wicked 50.81, or we're showing really obvious signs of resistance at 50.81 and could not get above, or we get above and then fail to reclaim that like a fake breakout, in that case, then I might stab a short as well. And for that, then we'll take profit probably on most of our position back at 50.43 and then hold runners down to 49.80. So those are my two trade plans. Now, if you look at the daily wick, it's really, really gross. It's one of the more gross daily wicks you will see. And I'm sorry, I have all my drawings on here, but you're just going to have to deal with it. We have this really nasty daily wick, and what's really important to remember here is that just because we have this generational wick that you don't usually see something of that size doesn't necessarily mean it's bearish. It could also ensue like a massive short squeeze that we have seen before. And that's why I'm really, really patient to see if we break today's low of 50.37. Because if we do not break that low, I do not want to be shorting, because the potential for a short squeeze all the way up to basically retrace the entire wick is really high. So I don't want to short outside of maybe that 50.81 test, which would also be about the halfway point of this wick too. So, you know, a half back test as well. But really, those are the only two things I really want to play. I'm above 50.81. It's going to be pretty clear that we're going to be running that whole wick and probably retracing all the way back up to 51.50, in which case we'll make a new plan. But yeah, for now, I want to see the low break, and then I'll short or 50.81, obvious resistance or failed breakout there, and then I'll short, and our target is 49.80. Runner targets below that, we'll be looking at 49.37 and then 48.75, all the way down to our 2022-2023 high of 48.20. I don't expect to see this tomorrow. Like I said, the kind of the low I'm looking for tomorrow is probably going to be around 49.80. I mean, that's a pretty good size move, especially for ES. Maybe 49.37. That would be like the absolute maximum I think we would go tomorrow. It could go more, but that's just the most I would anticipate that we would move tomorrow. And then we'll just keep making trade plans every day and working our way down to the 2022-2023 highs, which are my ultimate downside target for this more macro sized move. But like I said, we're just going to take small bits and pieces out of this the whole way down. And that's kind of the plan. Let's flip to the daily chart so I can show you that as well again. Sorry, struggling here. But yeah, so this is the plan. You can see here we have 2022, or I guess that's 2021, 2022, 2021-ish high. And then we have our 2023 high that we just broke right through. I'm looking for this overall move to be to the downside and retest that 2022 and 2023 high. And then from there, we can either catch some support and go ahead and rip to new all-time highs, or, you know, maybe we go rip the all-time highs now. We don't know. 51.50 is my major pivot point for that. Above 51.50, I think we make an attempt at new all-time highs, but as long as we're below, I'm looking to the short side for swings and everything down to that 2022-2023 high. So I hope that helps, guys. And like I said, go ahead and follow my Twitter, because I do a lot more live updates on that. I'm also in Discord, doing all my updates in Discord as well. The Twitter is more of just kind of my running log. That's just me talking about what I'm doing. I show my trades, what I'm doing. At the time, this was the trade we caught the other day, I guess yesterday. We were short from that 51.50 level. And yeah, that's really just the plan so far. Follow me on Twitter. Join the Discord if you haven't. We're there too. There's lots of other smart people in there. We talk about trading, send memes, everything every day. And then yeah, I also have this chart in Discord as well. If you want to also copy my chart, you can share TradingView charts, which is really nice. I'll put it in the description of this video as well if you want that also. So thank you guys very much for watching, and good luck trading tomorrow.